purple unicorn that poops clovers.
I sent out a text the other day. Do you remember
Did it say
getting
poops clovers?
No.
Oh.
It was about the host has to expel the virus. You remember that one?
Yeah.
You didn't send that.
Yes, I did. You sent me back a question mark.
No, I think I sent question mark.
You didn't reply at all.
Well, I meant to then. I remember seeing that one. I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? Yeah.
It was, you can see the reality in the symptoms of the disease that the host is going to have to purge the virus to survive. Now, apply that to Earth being the host.
Right.
We're the virus. The symptoms are all these weather changes, the shift of the poles, all of that. It's purging 200,000 here, 300,000 there. Haiti, they just upped their number to 450,000.
Which I think is an inflated number.
It's probably inflated, but
yeah,
you know,
nothing against the Haitian people.
These disasters are getting worse. Weather patterns are getting worse. We got a third of Australia still underwater 3 weeks later. You got part of Brazil underwater. You got part of the UK jammed up in ice. You got, literally, they showed a picture of America. The only two states in the Union that don't have snow cover on them right now are Florida and Hawaii.
Right. And Florida got a shit ton of ice.
Yeah. So, you know, that's 49 out of 50 states that have seen a harsh winter, and it's only the beginning of January, middle of January.
Hey, we're 6 weeks away from
the host is purging the virus piece by piece. It can only do so much at a time, but there's a couple tools left in its belt, like the supervolcano in Yellowstone. I always want to say Jellystone.
It's because, as a kid, you loved Yogi the Bear.
Yeah, I did. I watched the cartoon.
You never even said that to me. I just knew. I was like, nobody says Jelly
Smarter
Bear
than the Everest Bear.
unless they know Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo-boo. But all these things are coming together right now. It's being purged. Now, let's talk about the Mayans. I know you hate this, but let me tell you my theory behind the Mayans. Thousands of years ago, when the Mayans were here, aliens from outer space came here and visited the Mayans.
Right.
They had elongated foreheads, and they knew all about the universe and how to create calendars that revolved around the stars and how you can predict events of the future with these calendars. And they taught them how to live in a civilized society. And they loved these aliens so much that they went out of their way to make themselves look like it by literally pressing their children's foreheads in boxes to make them elongated, like the cave drawings of these great worshipped gods that they had drawn on their caves.
Right, because they came from the sky, so...
Right.
I understand that.
Now, when these people said, okay, it's time for us to leave you to develop your civilization on your own, we'll be back December 21st, 2012. They already knew that date would exist because of the calendar they were shown. So they just stopped their calendar on that date because they figured, all right, we'll start over then when they come back and advise us more. Well, those aliens may show up that day. They ain't going to find the Mayans. What they're going to find is we committed genocide against the Mayans many, many years ago.
Hey. The Spaniards committed genocide.
Oh. We're all mutts on this.
I have no Mexican blood.
that you know of.
Traced it back 9 generations and I ain't found none yet.
Was Mexico around 9 generations ago?
Mexico's always been around, Mike.
Oh, the land has, but was it actually a country of Mexico then? When did it become a country? I thought that was in the 1800s.
I don't know. I'm saying Mexicans as in...
I got him!
No, I'm saying Mexicans as in the term... I'm amazed that you don't understand. I'm saying Mexicans as in the term for people that live in Mexico. I don't know what to call them before it was called Mexico.
Hispanic.
I can't call them Hispanics.
And it was the Spaniards that conquered the Mayans, so maybe it was Maya before it was Mexico.
Possibly.
Because the Mayans were native to Mexico before the Spaniards took it over and made it Mexico.
That makes perfect sense because every time I hear Hispanic or Spaniards or anything like that, it's Spain because that's where Spanish came from.
Right. Well,
and I don't know why nobody can figure that out other than me.
well, the Spaniards from Spain conquered the Mayans.
It's like...
But then they also started spreading out through America with everybody else and interbreeding. So
well, yeah.
You never know. It could be that many generations back.
That's true.
But my theory is those aliens are not going to be happy when they find that those Mayans were killed off after the peace they could have created on Earth if we had just followed them.
What happens, though, if the aliens come back, okay? next year on the 12th of December,
21st.
whatever.
Day before my daughter's third birthday, her second birthday.
When they come back and they land and they get
Third.
out and they look around and they're like, son of a bitch, this is exactly how we thought it was going to happen.
Well, the calendar.
Fuck, I owe Jimmy $1. And they get back into space and just leave.
That could be too, because the calendar predicted events. If you look post-wise at them, you can make everything fit.
Right.
So we really don't know what's going to happen that day. It could be nothing. It could be something. Some scientists theorize a polar shift. Well, that's already started,
Right.
and maybe it'll be complete that day. But the polar shift is just fucking with compasses and electronics. So
my big thing is with the 2012 shit is, and it's just gotten a lot more vocal over the last year. And the whole thing was, oh, well, it's not the end of the world. That's just the day when all the governments of all the countries are going to put us on lockdown. It's like, what? They planned that far ahead? Shouldn't they be building fucking fences then? We can't even get one between here and Mexico.
I've never heard that one myself.
Oh, Tim said that. Homicide had that theory. No, that's when martial law goes worldwide. I'm like, no, you are fucking stupid.
No, that's the beginning of a new age according to the signs, but now they're trying to change the signs so the ages don't match anymore. Have you noticed that?
I think that's hilarious because they changed the signs, and y'all might know a little more about astrology than I do.
I've always been an Aries, and I'm still an Aries.
I would say I'll always be a Scorpio. Well, that's what it says.
Pisces, period.
Well, that's what it
You
says.
can't change your zodiac.
Well, that's what it says.
Well, they
is-
did.
No, it only affects people born from 2009 on.
Oh, okay. I
That's
didn't hear that.
that's the big uproar about it. Is what the fuck? I've always been a Gemini, or I've always been a Scorpio. You know. So from 2009 out, you get the new sign. But the question I have is,
What?
What?
New sign?
There's a new sign.
Oh.
no.
Yeah, there is.
There's a new sign. That's not what I'm saying. If you're born in 2009 or later, you're in the new date ranges for the signs.
I see.
The ranges of the days for your astrological sign have changed, and there's now a 13th sign of which the word I cannot pronounce. Without it in front of me, that is. But here's the question I have for anybody who knows anything about astrology. Doesn't the 12 signs, 12-month thing have something to do with each other somewhere in even the smallest tone?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do we have 13?
Because in even months, 30-day months, there's 13 months in a year.
In even day months.
There are.
What is the actual number? Let me check.
Do you mean in even years?
No.
As in 8, 10, 12?
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
He worded it weird.
Yeah. I think I get what he's trying to say, but he wasn't.
If there were 13 28-day months, like February is a short month because
Okay.
others are 30 and 31. If every month was
28 days, there'd be 13
that's the
months.
actual moon cycle is 28 days.
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay. Well, that's fine. And good luck to anybody who gets that new kid astrological symbol.
But the-
Can't wait to see that little description of that.
Maybe it'll just be a picture of Donnie
So-
Wahlberg.
The thing about the astrological signs, they're based on constellations and their position
Right.
in the sky at a certain time of year.
Right.
Why have they shifted? Is anybody besides me gonna question why they're not in the same place they were 100 years ago?
I don't.
Aside from the fact that maybe it's not a polar shift, maybe the whole Earth is shifting.
I was going to say I don't want to think that the stars are shifted.
And
I don't
there's
wanna think the
13
stars have
zodiac
either.
signs now. Does that mean all the
No.
other ones are shortened?
Not
Another constellation was revealed in a certain time frame. That's why they added the zodiac.
not that I don't want to think
So
that.
they're
I don't
just
want to, and
completely
I
gonna
won't.
fuck everything up.
They already did. They changed it. So I'm no longer on the cusp of Taurus and Aries like I was. I'm like the second day of Aries now,
Well,
on the 19th of April.
I got reverted back to fucking.
Which
If-
means the
if
entire month of April shifted somehow in the constellation pattern.
If you were born in 2009, you'd be on it.
Right.
So now you're the
But-
second.
But going by their new charts and applying it to the old charts, the shift is so dramatic. Why is this constellation no longer in the skies in April?
It's like an 11-day shift. It really is.
Mhm.
I checked mine out, and like
Which means the rotation of the Earth is changing and the equator is changing,
yeah,
which would explain the weather patterns and also explain the polar shift on the 26,000-year polarity shift they've been talking about scientifically.
So, like, I was born 3 days after the change into Aries.
You're
So-
probably not Aries. You wouldn't be Aries if you were born in 2009.
Huh. I'd be that crazy news.
It's oh, so what the fuck? Finnicus or something like that.
Well, then I'm glad I'm
Does
old.
it
What is
start
the-
with an O?
What is the zodiac for Aries? Is it Gemini?
Pisces.
Pisces.
Gemini
Pisces.
after Aries, right?
Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini.
Okay.
All right, so we're going into the age of Aries in 2012. And December 21st, 2012 is the end of the age of Pisces. The age of fishes, the age of Christ. End of the age of God. And Jesus didn't promise to be with us till the end of time. He promised to be with us till the end of the age.
Aries is the god of war. Can't wait.
I'm excited.
All theories combining there, isn't it?
It explains why I'm such a hothead sometimes.
Well, it's
No, you're just a bitch.
I thought it. You said
I
it.
am.
Eisenhower warned of the military-industrial complex, and we're living in it.
We know. But that's what makes you even more bitch. It's like, for fuck's sake, could you just stop being so snooty for once?
No, I enjoy being a flaming cunt sometimes, okay?
I know. That's why I quit hanging out with you on a daily basis.
I got on a torch. We
Quit
can
hanging
flame
out on a
it.
daily basis because the bar we always went to fucking shut down.
That's a lie. I quit hanging out with you on a daily basis long before the bar shut down.
That's because she stuck going, and you still work
That's true.
there.
I was wondering why.
So
I was,
really, I
I
stopped
was-
hanging out with you.
I was wondering why I was more enjoyable at the bar then. At Newfield.
Even though he's being a douchebag, I have so much more fun when you're at the bar. Really,
I'm a fun junk.
you are a fun drunk.
How many times you go up to that room upstairs? Is he accurate?
Say that again.
Yeah, me and Tim probably went up there about 7 times. You shush.
Okay, just go ahead and get those couple. Just to be safe.
Actually, New Year's of '09, I went up there with a friend of mine. We'd been friends since high school, and I ran into him. He was working there at the time. We went upstairs.
He was like, hey, I've got a boner. And we were like, hey.
It was on New Year's Eve, and they thought I'd broken my elbow. Like there was a lot of fluid around it. Like I fell.
It was hilarious.
I was sitting on a bar stool that was up there, and I was leaning against the wall, so I thought, okay, I'm fine, I'm not going to fall. Well, I fell sideways, and I grabbed him to keep from falling, but he was a lot drunker than I was, and I was pretty ripped. So I fell with my weight and his weight, like, right on my elbow, and they thought I'd broken it.
Balls mashed in her forehead. Yeah. She had a dent.
Am I like the only person that went to the 8th and fucked somebody in the upstairs?
Yes, you
Yes, you are.
I didn't fuck somebody in the
Well, you didn't go to the 8, so you don't count. Wow, I sounded like you.
The funniest part ever, though, I
I love
swear,
you.
Fuck you.
was, like I said, the bouncer Jared.
No. With the
We
right
were all sitting there at one Sunday night talking about fucking upstairs and all that. Finally, Jared just goes, am I the only bouncer that hasn't fucked in here? And we just all got real quiet. And finally, Jared went, yeah.
Well, at that point, the access to upstairs was denied, wasn't it?
Not to, yeah. Not certain people. I can go upstairs and smoke a blunt anytime I want.
I went
Oh, I
up.
know. I used to do that.
I went upstairs with
That's
Becca.
the only thing I ever did upstairs.
I went upstairs with Becca one night and opened the door. We were done. Opened the door up to come out and go back downstairs. And we would go back around the way the women's room came.
Yeah.
And I opened up the door and I could hear people yelling downstairs in the stairwell. And I pushed her back into the little room and she goes, what's going on? I said, I don't know. But if I go down there right now, I'm going to get in trouble for not being there when it started. We just went up there and fucked again. Never did find out what happened. Don't care.
Speaking of that person, gator wrestling? Seriously? There's places in Florida. We can make a trip of it. I could visit family. We